Okay. All right. So a few things, and you guys, if you guys can get out your calendars for me, I would appreciate that because I want to announce a few things here.
You can lay down and go to sleep.
Okay. Calendar ready.
Okay. I was looking to see. Okay.
Someone's Yay!
Is that a baby? What is that? That's an ear. Oh, that's Debbie.
It's Debbie. It's Debbie.
At first I saw this flash. I was like, is that a baby? No, it's Debbie's ear.
Hey, Melody.
Hey, what?
I'm still at the firehouse watching Crock Pots. Is there going to be replay?
No, you have to stay on. Yeah.
It'll
Oh, I forgot about you.
I'm more than happy to stay on. It'll just be loud with half the town here.
I forgot you were doing that.
Yeah.
Well, you are welcome to mute yourself and stay on as long as you want, Debbie. But yeah, I am recording it.
Okay, I'll mute and you'll just see my ear.
That's fine. It's your ear. That's fine. I just got excited for just a moment because I thought it might be Hank. I just wanted to see him. So, okay. All right. So first thing that we need to discuss is Kathy Cocazella. Remember how we were going to look at doing that the month of last month at the very end? Kind of crazy like. Well, that didn't work out. So she texted me today and asked if the days November 13th and 14th. So look at your calendar. Wow, that's some bad feedback. So looking at your calendar, November 13th and 14th, okay, that is when she's thinking about coming down here. And so what she is hoping for is to meet, obviously she's from home office, just wanting to meet as many people from our team as possible. She is also looking at doing just a director training for us. And so where it would be individual training, you know, just for the directors. And so if you want to write that on your calendar and see if there's any way that you could make that work, I am guessing what would happen is November 13th would be kind of the all of our team kind of meeting. And then the 14th would be where the directors would just have a training with her. Okay, so pencil that in on your calendar and see if there's any way that you can possibly make that. Yeah, because it's going to be with her, I don't know if I don't think I necessarily want to replace our team meeting because I'm sure it's probably going to be different information and there's going to be people that can come to the team meeting that are not going to be able to come to this one in the middle of the week. And so, but I did want to go ahead and give you guys a heads up since it is a month and a half out. If there is any way possible, obviously she would be coming down. She's flying down here. So, I mean, anyone that can be, it would be great because obviously it's worth her time, the more people that are here. And she wants to meet our organization. She wants to meet you guys as leaders. She wants to, I mean, she hears me talk about you guys all the time. She's very excited about all the promotions. You know, I was talking to her yesterday about all of you that just promoted. So she's very, very excited about all of that. So just pencil that date in, please, so you kind of have it. So the next thing I want to chat with you guys about is obviously virtual parties are irritating me right now. So to put it lightly, but with the groups, it is, you guys, if you guys saw my post yesterday,
What volume
The
where?
volume's off.
There's Victoria.
The bottom, see the little volume thing with an X? Yeah, turn that on.
We see you,
Where?
Victoria.
Right there. Slide it up. There you go.
Yes. So let me. So I talked yesterday. I'm going to close my. I think it's another reason I knew my Facebook open now. I talked with you guys, or I posted on the team page, and it became very clear to me last night when I was sitting in bed with Todd, because I always add him to my parties. You know, I always do. You know, I just add him and then I take him out later. Well, I noticed after I added him yesterday, I went in to go try to delete him and I couldn't find his name. So I was like, that's weird. I thought I added him. So last night we were sitting in bed and he said, hey, can you remove me from that party now? And I said, well, I couldn't find your name. And so I go back and look in there. He's still not in there. And I said, well, did you get notifications today? And he said, well, I got one. And the only notification that he got was the invite to the party. And it just, when you click on it, it says join now, or, you know, don't accept, or leave group, or whatever it says. So it is so important, and I cannot emphasize this enough, especially new people, old people, any of your teammates, okay? And we're going to talk about this some on our team meeting on Sunday, okay? So we'll dive into it to kind of share with them. And Kayla is going to go on and share a few tips that she had last month that helped her parties be stronger, where she was struggling some, a few things she changed last month. And so she's going to share some of those tips with you, everyone, on Sunday. But it is so important that you are having that, you know, phone. I always say phone call. I always do a phone call. I do. I ask them, when can we schedule a time to talk in the next couple of days? They tell me. And then I talk with them about their party. And the reason I talk with them is because I want them to understand what Facebook is doing right now. I want them to understand that, okay, you're going to have to reach out to people individually, because most likely they're not going to jump on there and just join the group, okay? And that has changed. And if you want your team and you want your parties to go well, it's really important that you are coaching your hosts to do the same. So what I started doing, and I talked with Kayla some about this last month because she saw that some people were doing this. What I'm doing is I'm taking, you know how you can copy the link to the party? Okay, so I go in and I copy their party link. And I send it to the host and I say, here's your party link. You know, I don't know how, I know some of you have had cooking shows before, but how I handle my cooking shows is I say, okay, I want you to go through and I want you to text this invite out to 50 of your friends. Go through and send it out to, you know, everyone that likes to eat, at least 50. Our goal is to have 10 to 12 that are participating, okay? So the way that I'm looking at my virtual parties now is kind of similar. I'm sending them the link and I'm saying, I want you to go, you know, on Facebook, text, you know, whatever. And I want you to send the link of your party out to at least 50 people. Just go through your friends list. It's not that hard on Facebook, or, you know, and send them the link and, you know, tell them that there's going to be prizes. And, you know, I wrote out a little paragraph today that I can share, you know, with my host. And I said, and just go in and text that out. So what can happen then is when each individual person gets that, all they have to do is go on, click it, and then click join now, and they're in, okay? Because I think what's happened when these people are just being added, then they're not seeing to join now, you know, but if they actually receive the link to the party individually instead of just being added, I think that we may get a little bit better response. What do you guys think about that?
Melody, are you talking about, you're not talking about like their Pampered Chef shopping link, but the actual
No,
Facebook
the
group
Facebook
link, right?
Yeah. So like when they send it to someone, all they have to do is click on it and then click join now.
I think that's an awesome idea, because I think a lot of people don't, even when you put on there that they have to click join now, I don't think they're doing that.
Right.
And that's, you know.
Right. And I just think that sending it individually, you know, you're adding these people individually anyways, and then you're going to have to go back in and re-message them to click join now. So why not just send them the link and tell them to do it all in one? You know, if you can get 15 to 20 people that actually say they want to be there and they're wanting to participate, I really feel like our parties will be better. So does anyone else have any thoughts about that?
I think it's a good idea. I'm going to try it. But today, one of the guests in one of my parties said, she has clicked OK to join and everything, but she can't see anybody else's comments on the party. So I don't know what's going on there. I tried to make her like a moderator to see if she could see, and friend requested her and all this, but she can't see any other, not even the host
Okay,
comments.
so what she probably needs to do, I bet it's her setting inside that group. Because what happens, and Kayla and I, is Kayla on here right now? She's been quiet if she is.
I'm being quiet. I'm waiting for my turn. I'll raise my hand.
Okay. Kayla and I were talking about this, and she was talking about, Kayla, tell them what happened when you got added to a group and then you click something and then you click something again. So explain how you think that it may be that it's something that they're going to have to want to see all of. Okay.
Yeah. First, since I can actually see everybody on here except for Victoria and Angela. Quick question. Those of you that are doing virtual parties right now, raise one hand if you're doing groups, two hands if you're doing events, like right now, like what you're currently doing. So everyone's doing groups. Is that what I see? Are those groups successful? Like, were your groups in September successful on average?
Cameron,
Okay.
you're saying yes.
Moderate.
I'm recording the noddings of heads. Yeah, and kind of like, none of you guys were going like, no.
What was
It was
that question?
it was if you're running your parties as groups or events, and if you feel like they're currently successful with your average, are they
Yes.
your average? There's Angela's head. I
I
saw
have-
her.
Yes,
I
yeah.
have groups, and I had over $3,000 in sales in
I
September.
can
So
say honestly,
I feel like
that
that's
are nodding.
successful.
Yeah, the
Okay, yeah,
people
so
that
let
are
me-
nodding yes, they
Yeah, so
their sales are good.
I did too. So here, let me tell you what I just recently saw happen on groups. And I have no idea why, but I was added to some, or I joined purposefully a group. It was some group that, anyways, it wasn't just like a random party ad. I don't quite remember what it was. But when I went to it for the first time, it popped up and said, Facebook has these new features, and click right here right now to leave this group. Like the negative side of it. Like it said, like, hey, check out this new feature. Click right here right now and you can immediately leave the group. And I clicked, get out of that. I want to stay in this group. And then it popped up something else and said, click right here right now if you want to turn off all notifications.
Oh
So I
my
have no
God.
idea why it was popping up these. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that as well, but what I had saw someone post that they have recently implemented that did help deter that was what Melody was just talking about, where instead of the host just, auto dumping 50, 100 people, whatever, into the party and then sending private messages, she was saying like the only people in the party are the host and the consultant. She sets it up where the host can't just add people, like, they have to be approved or whatever, I guess, or maybe she won't let her. I don't know what to do. But anyways, and she says, the only way people join this party is if you send them a private message and they click on it. And she said it really made a difference algorithm wise on what they were able to see.
Because they actually wanted to be there instead of just being added.
Like as if Facebook recognizes that they clicked into the group, to join it, and as if I don't even think they have to click join if they do that. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's like it goes back to the original view. When you go to a group that you haven't been added to, like I think it pulls it up and says, would you like to request to join? And they click that. So it's something to try. I thought us as leaders, maybe we could try that in a few of our parties this month if we want to, and see if we notice a difference in that. If anyone has any opinions on that, either way, please feel free to share. But I do like that concept. It's the same concept as we would have if it was an in-home show. You wouldn't, kidnap a whole bunch of people and bring them to the party and say, anyone who wants to stay, stay, and everyone else walk away. So I mean, it's another way to really guarantee that those hosts are following through with the host coaching. It's
feel like-
a strategy that they're trying. So what do you guys think?
I feel like it's less work too, honestly, because if we're going to have to go in and tell them that they're going to have to personally message everyone again to say to, that they want to be in the group, then to me it's double the work, because then they're having to add everyone, then they're having to go message. But if they just message everyone once, the link, then they can just go in and they can do it. And then the people that want to be there. And that's why I do the 2 pre-party post days, because I can see, okay, how is our participation? And if it's not that good yet, then I can say, okay, let's see about adding a few more people. Let's see about, getting some more participation. You have those couple days to kind of feel the party out and see how much, is going on.
You'll know exactly how many they've RSVP'd. As far as like we used to say 30 going, like when there's 30 people in the party, that they have 30 RSVP'd. So yeah, Tony.
Another thing I do towards the end of the party is post the party link again, to the shopping link, and tag, 50 guests in the party. That way they see that post, because, I tag the ones that I haven't seen participate in the party.
Like in
Because
the comments or like in the actual post?
in the actual post, before you post it, you can tag people in that party, the guests that she added. So, and that works, getting some sales at the end.
Good idea.
You should take a screenshot of that and post it on the Harper Director page, Tony, so we can see an example.
Okay.
For those of you guys that were in the virtual training that was not too far back, and she was a girl who submits about $10,000 in sales in virtual parties. She made a cover photo that says, "Click here for the link to the party."
How do you do
that? I made it. All you're doing is you're posting as the cover photo. All you're doing is posting as a cover photo, and then you're putting the link.
So like your Canva, like you just make it in Canva, like you just put a link in there and then put it in.
No, like the Canva thing is generic. It's the same photo I post in every single party. The thing you're adding is once you've put that as the cover photo and you've clicked to save it, you click on the photo. Just like, any photo you add to Facebook, you can create like a caption or a description. And the description is where I put the party link. So now anytime someone goes to the party page, it says, "Click here for the link." They go, boop, and they've got it. No scrolling. It's right there. So I do notice higher sales with that. So I love Tony's idea of tagging people as well. I know Jenna's seen it. She had asked me about it, I think. Has everyone seen that cover photo that I made that's based on the training we went to?
Yeah, I saw a video or a post or something about it.
I'll post the one I made.
Okay.
It's real simple to make in Canva, and it's just, again, it's one of those things for someone who's not tech savvy or not very good at scrolling. I mean, the link is super easy for them to find.
Okay. Well, and like I said, we're going to talk about this more at our team meeting. And if you have some tips, like Tony, Tamara, if you get to come, Angela, you're coming, yay! Those of you that feel like, okay, I have a couple tips that have helped me have successful parties. Feel free to come and bring them on our team meeting and share them, because when we add 72 people in a month, guys, we want these people's parties to not fall through the cracks, because if they don't get training and they don't get help, then we're going to have all these people trying to do virtual parties with 2 people showing up and failing and then leaving pampered chef. I mean, honestly, if I'm being honest. And so what we need to be sure is happening is that they understand that it's not just them right now. Okay, Facebook, makes it kind of difficult. Here's how you can try to have successful parties. Okay, so, and be sure to let them know that they can jump on and watch the training on Sunday if they want some extra tips on, how to make virtual parties successful. So we're doing the booking blitz right now. And the reason we're doing the booking blitz, and some of you probably felt this because several of you are the ones that promote it, okay? So what happens when you have all these promotions and you give parties to the people that join your team, where does that leave your own personal calendar? Lacking, okay? So that is where we are working hard right now to get our October where it needs to be. Okay, reaching out. I had 3 people go live today on our team page. Carol Radu is going to go live tomorrow on that, not on the team page, but on the Booking Blitz. Carol Radu is going to go live tomorrow on the Booking Blitz and give some of her best booking tips. And so if you haven't had a chance to watch Sharon Zellen, Aaron Brown, and Christina Maniscotto, be sure to go back and watch that. I know they're kind of getting pushed down probably by all of the booking, which is good. We're not complaining about that. But I'm going to go in and try to make them pop back up to the top so everyone can be sure to watch those. So when you add all these people, you know, our goal for every single one of our new people, and this is me included, okay? Every single one of our new people, our goal is for them to get that quick cooker, okay? Because why not? That is what they could get for free last month. They have this opportunity. So how can we help them have enough parties on their calendar so that they get that quick cooker for free, okay? And that should be kind of your guys' focus when you're training them. Say, hey, you have this opportunity. It's like, I mean, you have a $240 item that you're going to get, you know, when you hit $12.50 in sales. This is our first goal. You know, we're going to try to jam as many parties as we can into the October because we want you to hit that. Okay, so if just think about your personal team, especially if you are a new director. Okay, think if every single person on your team was going for $12.50 this month. Think about how much easier it is going to be for you guys to hit the 5,000. Okay, so just keep that in mind as you are working with your new people, especially. So, all right, something else that I want to bring up that happened last month, and I'm not going to say any names, or it doesn't matter who, you know, what director or whatever, but I know that I posted on the Harper Director page a list of people that were in their 5th month, meaning that if they did not submit something last month, they were falling off. And the reason I do that is because a lot of times when you reach out to these people and you just let them know that all they have to do is submit $150 in sales to not fall off, a lot of times they're just going to jump in, they're going to contact a few people, they're going to submit those sales, and then they're going to be active again. It happens all the time. But what I want to make you aware of is something that happened last month is one person did not realize that they were in their 5th month, went ahead and set up a party, and started it at the end of last month. Well, at the beginning of this month, she was no longer a consultant. So she went in to do something on her party, and now she can't get in. She had no clue she was in her 6th month. Okay? So that is where it is super important, okay, for us to be sure that we're always reaching out. You know, and I always encourage you guys to reach out. Anyways, I'm sending you guys weekly stuff, you know, to send to people now. People should know, you know, and yes, they do get emails. Yes, you know, some of it is on them. It is. I totally get that. But, you know, it isn't that hard for us to send a text that says, hey, you know, I just want to let you know this is the last, you know, you're in your 5th month. You know, I'd hate to lose you as a consultant, you know, if any way possible, and you can submit the 150, you know, that way you're going to be, you know, you're going to be active again, and you're going to get, you know, if they haven't been, then they're going to get the catalogs and stuff for, you know, the new season. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up because that's something that had not happened before, you know, but that is just an example of why it is really important, you know, when you have people that are getting closer and closer to that 6th month that you are reaching out to them. Now, if you're new, you guys are not going to have anyone that's close to that right now as a director, but just as your team grows and as you have people that become inactive, just be aware of that. And those of you that are new, my new 5, because I already trained Tony and Debbie and Misty on this. So anyone that doesn't feel like they're comfortable in it, I'm going to do a training for them on Monday. And part of it's going to include the reports and how to use those reports, how to find those reports, and what exactly they mean. So that's going to be on Monday night with them. Before I fly out, guys, I fly out for Chicago on Tuesday morning. I have ExecSem. So executives and above, they get to go to Chicago fully paid for. They pay for our airfare. They pay for our hotel. They pay for our food. They pay for everything. We don't pay anything for this. And we actually get to be trained, you know, and this is kind of like our conference because at conference we are training all of you and doing so much, you know, that we don't necessarily get all the training like we need as well. So this is kind of like our conference where they teach us how to help you guys, how to be better leaders, you know, for you guys. So I'm really excited about going and being there. Okay, so now we have all these new people on our team. Okay. I definitely want to encourage you to, one, if you have not talked with them about their why they started Pampered Chef, that is super, super important. Because when you find their why, then you find out you're not disappointed if they're like, I just want to earn $300 a month and have 3 parties. Well, that's their expectation. That's what they are wanting. So when they have $300, you know, when they have just a few parties a month, you're not like, oh man, I thought they were going to be this rock star. Well, that was their intention from the beginning. Okay. So you kind of already know, you know, what they want. Now, that does not mean, however, we've had several people that say that and then take off, you know, so it doesn't necessarily mean that's where they're going to stay. But if they do, then you kind of know, okay, here's their why. Why do they want, what do they want out of Pampered Chef? You know, why did they sign up to be a consultant? Okay. So it's really, really important that we do that. Now, also guys, be careful in your wording when you have these new people, that you're not just saying, well, just, you know, you don't have to be green every month. You know, because that actually the expectation, you know, we do want them to be green every month, you know, and so if you start out by saying, you know, hey, if you join Pampered Chef, well, it's not that hard because you don't even have to be active every month, you know, then they already kind of have in their head, well, I don't have to do stuff. Why is she wanting me to do stuff now? Okay. So just know that, you know, our expectation is to have everyone to try to be green. You know, we want them to have shows and be reaching out to people, especially during this holiday season. Guys, this is our biggest season coming up. October, November, December is when people, you know, I had someone reach out to me just a couple days ago and said, hey, I was hanging out with the girls and we need to have another Pampered Chef party before Christmas. You have any dates available for October? Perfect. You know, you're going to see that more and more because people are wanting Christmas presents. Okay. They're going to reach out to you and want 12 mix and chops for, you know, stocking stuffers and, you know, just stuff like that. So, so do know that. Now, something that I am going to start with you guys, so with my directors, is a quarterly recognition. You know how we do with our, well, a lot of us do, I should say. I shouldn't say everyone, are doing that, oh, sorry, my husband was texting me. My son is sick on the couch. What?
The monthly recognition
Yes,
checklist.
the monthly recognition checklist. Now, I'm going to encourage you guys. If you have just tried that 1 month, and let's say maybe it didn't work, I'm going to encourage you to try it again. And I'm going to encourage you this time to reach out to people. Let's say someone attends the team meeting. Wow, I saw that you were at the team meeting the other night. So awesome. Remember to fill that out on your card. Congratulations, you submitted this much in sales. Way to go. Be sure to fill that out on your card. It's going to take reminding people a few times for them to understand what they need to be filling out on that card. Okay. If you just send the card and don't reach out to them at all and say, hey, you know, fill out your card and be sure to get it back to me, you may not have the amount, you know, of response. But what that card does is it has them work on their sales. It has them work on their bookings. It has them work on their recruits. It has a chance to beat you. It has them going to the team meetings. It kind of incorporates everything that we want our consultants doing into one card. One card. And it's just one PC buck for each box that is marked. So if you're like, man, I just want some ways to inspire my team. Okay, people love PC bucks. And that is just a way, that whole card is just a way that all of us can get them motivated in one card. Not, oh, what do I do for recruits? Oh, what should I do for my top sellers? Oh, what should I do for people that attend the meeting? Oh, what should I do for people that have $1,000 shows? What should I do for people? It's all there. It encompasses everything. So you are doing less work by doing that card. Okay. So I encourage you, if you tried it, 1 month and maybe you didn't get the response that you wanted, I just encourage you to try it again and see if you can do it better. But I'm going to be doing something like that with you guys, but there's only 3 categories for you guys, and it's going to be quarterly. Okay. So, we're in the 4th quarter, October, November, December. Okay. So quarterly, every 3 months, I'm going to have you guys, I'm going to be rewarding you with quarterly gift cards. Okay. So you're going to have quarterly gift cards. The category, it's $5 for each category every month. So that's 15 times. Okay. So it's 45. Yeah. So you get a $45 gift card, if you can get them filled out. Okay. So you guys might break me right before Christmas. That's all right though. Okay. So the categories, you guys want to write these down. If you have $2,500 in sales, that's 5. If you are a green director team, that's another 5. And if you have 2 recruits, that's another 5. Now, why do you guys think I would do 2 and not 1? Does anybody know why? Kayla, why would I do that?
Because 2 is growing. 1 staying the same calendar and 2 is growing. And we all know when we promote new team members, we need shows to replace those shows. So if you want to have a happy, active calendar, you should aim for, did I say the right thing?
Kind of.
I went off.
You're going into happy calendars. You can talk about happy calendars too.
Happy calendars. 2 recruits to replace those that you lose.
Mm-hmm.
You should try and re-promote yourself every 3 months.
Yes. And that's exactly what it is. Trying to re-promote yourself every 3 months. So these are quarterly. They're every 3 months. So if you're trying to re-promote yourself, that is about 2 every month. Okay. And then what happens there, and you guys will see this once you guys have been directors for a little bit, you're going to have those that submit every other month, those that submit every month, and you're going to have those that are every 6 monthers. Okay. You're going to have your A ones that are on it, that are submitting every month. They are, recruiting, they're growing. They are your A consultants. Your B ones, they pretty much submit every month. They don't necessarily want to be a director. They don't necessarily but every month you can count on them to at least be active every month. Okay. Then you have your Seers, and they are the ones that they don't necessarily respond to you when you send stuff out. They will go a few months without submitting anything. Okay. Those are your C consultants. Okay. And those are the ones that you focus on the least. Okay. You're focusing with anyone that is in their first 90 days. Outside of their 90 days, you are focusing and zooming in on your A consultants. Okay. The ones that are showing you they want this business. Okay. So 2 recruits, green director team, 2,500. Okay. So that is your goal for this month to get your first $15 gift card. Okay. And what I'll probably do is I will probably ask you if you want Amazon, if you want Starbucks, or if you want PC Gear. Okay. And if you say, I want 15 from PC Gear, I want 15 from Starbucks, I don't want 15 from Amazon, I'll think you're a pain in the rear, but I'll do it for you. Just kidding. So I will let you choose, and I will let you break your gift cards down how you want them. Okay. So basically, and I will be able to look back at your stuff, but if you want to track yourself and say, okay, my 3 goals this month are at least 2,500 in sales, 2 recruits, and being a green director team. Okay. And then I will send out the rewards after December. So something new that I'm going to do with you guys. We've tried a few different things, but I think this is fun. And I will tell you, because all of you include this, I will tell you, because we hit our executive team qualifications, be expecting a little something in the mail from me. It would have went out yesterday, but the person that comes to help me didn't show up, so it's probably gonna be next week. It's all ready to go, but yeah. So anyway, and if you want it early and you come to the meeting, then I may just go ahead and give it to you. It's your choice. So it's up here, right here in my room. So if you're like, hey, can I go ahead and have my gift and not wait for it? Yep, it's in there. So,
Who's going to be there getting their gift on Sunday?
So, know that because I want it, because I know you guys worked really hard, you know, and it is a whole organization goal when we do hit our executive title. And so, I just really appreciate all of the hard work that you guys put in last month for sure. So,
What is your goal to qualify for
okay,
executive?
so qualify for exec. Here we go. You are very wanted, Tony. Very, very needed. But it is 6 first-gen directors. Here's my first gen. Melissa, Kayla, Shelly, Sarah, Jean, Misty. Those are that means I personally, so like Deanna's your first gen right now. My second gen are Renee, Marissa, Christy, Debbie, Victoria, Tamara, Jenna. There's 7 of you guys. My third gen are Christine, Angela, Tony, Jerusha. You guys are my third gen. And Miss Deanna, she is in my 4th gen. So, I haven't had a 4th gen in a while. So Tony and Deanna, we are going to have to talk a little bit about what that means and what that looks like. Because if you guys ever wonder why on some of the stuff that Carol Redu sends out, why you are not on there, I don't know if like Tony and, you know, some of you 2nd gen and 3rd gen people, the reason that is because she can't see you. Nothing. She cannot see any of your stats. She cannot see any of your anything. Okay. I'm her
That's 3rd gen, right?
Right. Correct. So I am her 2nd gen. My 1st gen is her 3rd gen. So Kayla and all those guys, she can see. That's the last. So she can't see. She cannot see.
So can you see Deanna?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So that's where I'm going to need your guys' assistance. Okay. My weekly newsletter and stuff has been going out on Tuesdays. So what I need from you guys on probably Monday, either Monday night or Tuesday morning, is I want to know who is active.
This is just for Deanna.
This is just for Deanna. Yep. I want to know who is active. I want to know who has reached the monthly promotion and if they have recruited anyone. And Deanna, I'm also going to need to know when your director team is green. Okay, so when you guys become a green team, you know, with your 5,000 in sales. So those 4 things are things that I won't be able to see, but I want to be sure that you are still recognized for as a team. You know, when I'm putting out that weekly, you know, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add all of that in, because just because you're in my 4th, it doesn't mean that I don't want, you know. Now, Carol can't do that because she has a bajillion 4th gen, 5th gen, 16th gen. I don't even know. So that it's next to impossible for her. But anyway, I only have 1 right now. So it's not impossible for me. So I do want to make sure that I have that information, but I will have to get it from you guys because past my 3rd gen, and that's another thing, I don't get paid on you guys either. Nothing, nada, zippo, 0. But that's okay.
On your 4th gen or?
4th gen. 4th.
Aw.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean I don't want to work in her tush off, because I do. Because there's other people, Deanna. There's other people. So, but yeah, that was just kind of a side note that I did want to be sure to mention though, because I don't want that. And did you guys notice yesterday when I posted who was active? I was kind of like, man, that doesn't seem like a whole lot of people just for how much in sales we had, you know, because we had 142,000. and then it was not correct. It was not updated. And so when it was done, so then we like doubled the amount of people that were active. That's why I got like, I don't even know how many messages. My name should have been on there. My name should have been on there. My name should have been on there. Like, what in the world?
Yeah, my stuff's still not completely updated. So
I know my sales were higher than what you put in there, but I didn't complain.
and that's a good point too for new directors. And if you may have not picked up on that before, technically, right, Melody, numbers aren't official until the 8th, which is why we do that checklist recognition, why we say we won't recognize it until the 10th, or why we typically wait until around then to like post all of the stats, who was our top 10 and stuff. That's why we typically wait that long, because the numbers aren't official until then.
And Tony, you're right. The stuff was still not updated when that actually went out. So, but by Sunday when I post it all, it should be then. So, and in the monthly newsletter that comes out, that it will all be in there correct too. So, okay. So how are we feeling about October?
Busy.
I hear you. Holy Toledo's.
Yeah.
I have exec sem next week, and then the week after that is fall break. So that like takes 2 of my weeks, like jacks them up. And then the next week I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in-home parties that week.
Wow.
Yeah. So it kind of just smashes my month. So if you are looking at your calendar and it is not quite where you want it to be, okay, be sure to work on that now. Work on it now when we were doing our booking blitz, okay? If your people, I mean, even if you want to offer something, if you see people, your people posting that they're getting bookings, I want to say, hey, if we as a personal team get this many bookings, we have 1 day left of our blitz. If you want to do a little drawing yourself, for your personal team, you're more than welcome to do something like that. Just to encourage your guys' people individually to get in on the booking blitz and get bookings on your calendar. So that is the goal, because we have so many people, we really want to focus in, because last time, and I know several of you were not, let's see, do we have any besides Kayla? No.
Christy?
I don't think Christy would know. Christy still wasn't. Christy, when did you start? When did Christy start? How long has she been?
2 years?
Has she been 2 years?
2 years.
Was she on our team when we promoted to exec?
Maybe only a year. I don't know. Christy!
I want to say.
There she is.
Did you hear us yelling at you, Christy?
She's eating.
Christy, how long have you been on our team? Sorry.
2 years.
Sorry, I'm freaking starving.
You're okay.
Is it 2 years in December, Christy?
I signed up. Like, are you asking when I actually joined the team or when I actually signed up?
When you
I signed up.
Oh, signed up. When you signed up.
I signed up December 30th of 2016.
Okay. So you were there. I was trying to remember who on the team was there when all our growth, and Victoria may have been. Victoria, were you on the team when we hit exec?
I think I was. I think it was like my first time around before I fell off for like a month and then came back. So I'm pretty sure I remember hitting because Shelly was like, okay, if we do this and do this, we're gonna be an executive team, and it was a lot of fun, but
a lot of craziness. Okay, so I say all that to say 2 years ago, well, it's been like a year and a half, in May. So in May in 2017 is when we hit exec. Okay. We were like this. We were going. We had 17. Oh, my camera just fell. I hit the desk too hard. Hold on. We had 17 promotions in a very small period. Okay. But what happened is we had so many people join in such a short period of time, and we had new consultants bringing in new consultants, and people were not necessarily trained. And what kind of happened is we kind of started doing this. Okay. We are in extreme growth right now. And what I'm going to tell you guys as leaders, you run like the Dickens right now, because, you know, you're going to have moments where you are going, you know, you have people, your people are recruiting, you're recruiting, you have growth, everyone has growth, and we're in growth mode right now. Okay. We're going to have probably more director promotions this month. Okay. We're in growth mode. But what we don't want to happen is we don't want to not focus on these people, not help them with their virtual parties, and have them say, well, I tried a few. Obviously, I'm not very good at this. I'm just going to quit. Okay. So I just want to encourage you, while we are in growth mode right now, you run. Okay. You run fast. Yes, Kayla.
I wanted to share something that I know I didn't realize when I was a beginner director, and I hope you don't make the same mistake I do. Melody had kind of mentioned it before, is just that, you know, sometimes someone might say, and Christy's a great example, I don't know if Christy can hear me or not, you might hear a new consultant say, or, you know, whatever, they might say, oh, you know, I just kind of want the kid, or I just want to do a few shows. A lot of times that is fear talking. That's their own self-doubt on their abilities, and they're afraid that if they say, I'm going to do 8 shows a month, if they fail, you know, then they have to own those words. Jenna just raised her hand, right? And Jenna can attest. I said, you know, great, I love that we're setting your goals and we have something in mind, but I would be failing you if I didn't tell you about the amazing new consultant rewards. So here's what we're going to do to make sure you get a strong start. We're going to do X, Y, Z in your first 90 days. And after that, we're going to have a chat and readjust. It's the same thing you'd say to a host if they're like, meh. And the reason I say that is because sometimes we go, you know what, they don't want to do anything, so I won't worry about them. Or if your consultants recruit somebody, more often not, that might be where those words come from. So be aware of that, and don't make the same mistake I did and go, you know what, they've got that, they recruited them, they'll make sure they get to everything. You know, they don't really want to be super involved and miss out on an opportunity to explain to them the benefits of being a new consultant and the strong start, because there have been many times where we were in their fourth month, and they went, I wish you would have told me about all those new consultant rewards in the beginning. And I thought, you know what, surely my consultant would have done that. And they didn't. So as a leader, I really try to make sure that everyone who's added to my organization, no matter whether I recruited them or not, knows that my expectation is that we go with a strong start so that they can take advantage of the new consultant rewards. And I would feel like I'm not doing my job if they didn't take advantage of these crazy deals. So keep that in mind. I hope that helps.
And also, something to think about too, and I know several of you are not there yet, but if you ever have a director, if you guys promote a director at some point on your team and you ever lose that director, know that their people do slide up to you. And so they are part of your personal team now, because there have been some people that have been lost and not necessarily contacted just because they were under a director and slid up and they were never contacted. Okay, so do know that as well, is that if you do have a director and something happens where they don't, they drop off, then their people will become your people. So, okay, what else? Do you guys, if you guys are having trouble keeping track of your new consultants right now, I wanted to show you guys a sheet and make sure you guys know where it is so you guys can print this off for your new people. I just want to make sure everyone knows it. I'm going to share my screen and show you where it's at real quick. Okay, so if you go to, where am I at here? Okay, you are in, this is in PC University, okay? In PC University, when you first log in, you're going to see all these different getting started, booking, party experience. If you go all the way over to the right is coaching new consultant, okay? And I talked about this on the call kind of the other day. So coaching new consultants, you know, here it's going to tell you the things that your new consultants need. Now, if you guys have not watched that training that I did last week, I highly encourage you to do it. Okay. If you feel like you're not really sure what to do with your new consultants, the training that I did on how to train new consultants is going to help with that. Okay. So under the course resources here, what is this one called? Okay, so it's new consultant. Okay, it's under welcome call, notification agreement submission. See where it says new consultant, coaching checklist, and profile. Okay, so it's under this third tab here. If you click on that, you see this paper right here. Okay, and it's going to allow you to put in their name, their consultant number, if they have children, if they have a spouse, you know, who their recruiter is, who their director is, what is their party goal, what is their income goal, okay, and when are their parties, okay, and why. There's their why right there. Why did they sign up for Pampered Chef, okay? What are they hoping to get? Product, PC goal, PC money goal, and you can write down their party dates they have scheduled so far, their 30-day date, their 90-day date, and their kid enhancement month, okay? Now, and then you have this check mark box here where it says the welcome call, the first call, second call. You know, so some of these calls that you're going to be doing with them, did they set up these things? Did they take these training courses? Okay, so this is just kind of all on one sheet of paper for you guys to kind of keep on each of your new consultants. And then here is here is where you can get to know them better. So this is going to be your first call. Their why, tell me about their family. Do they work outside of the home? What's your dream? What could hold you back from achieving your dream? Why'd you decide to be Pampered Chef? So this is questions that you can ask to help get to their why. Okay, if you ever have someone that says, you know, I don't even really know what I want in this business, this is where you're going to start kind of digging in a little bit deeper to find out what they're really wanting from this business. Okay, so if you print out one of these for each of your new consultants and keep it in a binder, it's going to kind of help you keep track of when you're talking with them, what their dates are, how many parties they have. Okay, so this is just a tracker that's already made for you, so why not use it as a way to keep track of your new consultants. So that is under PC University, and if you go to Coaching New Consultants, it's under there on this course resource side. So I just wanted to be sure to show you guys that. Okay. All right. So with that being said, let me stop sharing screens here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think most of you, hopefully everyone that is on currently is going to be able to attend our meeting on Sunday. Mm-hmm. So, okay, you guys ready? Costumes, yes. You can decide if you would like to wear them to go out to eat or not. That is totally up to you. If you are totally secure with your Big Bird costume, then you flaunt it to the restaurant.
Where are we going?
Okay, that's what we need to decide too. So we'll go in Owasso. So some choices that have been good in the past, I'll throw out 3 and we can take a vote. How about that? Okay, so we either have Mexican, like at Los Cabos. So if you're wanting some just really good Mexican, that's an option. Another option is going to be Bricktown Brewery. Deliciousness, they have everything, all different kinds of choices of all from salads to pizzas to hamburgers. They're really good. And then another choice that we've done before is Olive Garden. So between those 3, process for a minute. And Tamara, I want you to go ahead and vote, even though you're unsure until Sunday, you know, for sure just how everything is going. But I want you to go ahead and cast your vote as well on this stuff. All right. I'm going to go to this screen. I see everyone. I think so. No, wait, no.
I can see everybody if you just want me to count votes. Victoria's the only one not screen sharing, but I'm sure she can chat with hers.
Okay, okay, so here we are. If you would like to go, Victoria, we're going to need to see you in a second. if you would like to go to Olive Garden, raise your hand.
Can you
Negative.
tell me what all three of those are again?
Okay. Olive
I
Garden.
might not vote. I don't know what any of them are.
Okay.
Probably.
So Olive Garden, we should all know Olive Garden. Bricktown Brewery. It's just it's got it there. It's very good. So all just different kinds of food. And then the third one is Los Cabos, which is a Mexican restaurant. Okay. So let's go. Who wants Mexican at Los Cabos? Okay, we got 2 hands there. Who wants to do Bricktown
Beans
Brewery?
and costumes, guys. They don't go together. Beans and
Bricktown.
costumes. You're asking for trouble, but
Beans and costumes.
just saying.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm in a costume, I'm like,
We'll do Bricktown. They have good Moscow meals at Bricktown.
They do that.
they got good pretzels at Bricktown too.
They have good everything. It's very good.
And
I think
we
you
might
guys,
not be able to sit down in our costume.
I can't
We might
wait.
have to change that.
Can you remind me of the times again, Melody?
Okay, we're gonna do 3 o'clock at the restaurant, and then I'll probably give us about an hour and a half. And what I may do is and then we'll probably leave there about 4:30 to be sure that because my house is only, it doesn't even take 10 minutes to get to my house from Bricktown. And then we'll come here so that we can be here by 5. Sound good? Okay, so Bricktown at 3 as a celebration for all of our new promotions.
They have chips and salsa there, guys, so it's kind of like the perfect compromise.
They do have chips and salsa. They do. They have meatloaf. They have pot roast. They have everything.
Tacos, I think. So,
Yeah,
you know what?
they
It is Mexican.
They have everything, so
It's really good.
it's good. Okay, so that's the meeting. Now, okay, so we're doing cocktails and costumes. Here's where I'm going to need some help. I want to talk about the new SIPs and apps. Party time SIPs and apps. So I need some volunteers. I need some help because I kind of would like to make these. Not to make these at the, but to have different people make these and bring them so we can enjoy them. Now, there's 5 appetizers that are in this SIPs and I'll just show you guys them. Have you guys looked at it yet? The SIPs and apps, the new party. Okay, let me just show it to you guys real quick. Okay, so here is, which part am I in? Okay, so I think this was in party set up. That's grocerless. Okay. Let's see if it gives. Okay, so we have a artichoke dip. We have a cranberry salsa. Oh, we have a pumpkin dip. That sounds amazing. A brown sugar Dijon brie, which I've had that one before. It's actually really good. And, okay. So I guess we have, so then these are the alcohols. Okay, then we have peppermint brownies. I think Tony should make this. She's a brownie expert tonight, I guess.
That's funny.
Then we have a Moscow Mule, a Cranberry Collins, and a Cosmo. So what do you guys think? This way we can show them how to make some different cocktails and then some of the appetizers. What do you guys think?
Sounds fun to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it going to be too hard for you guys to make some of this stuff? You guys tell me.
I can
mean-
make one of each.
Dips travel well. I mean, I would think make it. I mean, are you wanting us to make it at the party or just bring it?
No, because we're gonna have other stuff.
Yeah.
So I want to know, but I do want to talk about this being the new party pack, and we can talk about, we're gonna brainstorm and talk about
Yeah, I think you do a
how they
Harper.
can do this virtually and how they could do this, in a cooking show. And
What about directors? Like on the Harper director page, make a sign up. Like write each of those things and
things down and have you guys sign up for them. Are you guys good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Because let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 different things. Obviously, there's 17 directors, but only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 at the most. Give or take maybe a couple. So about, 8 to 10 of you guys will most likely be at the meeting.
Be sure and have plenty of ice for the drinks.
Yes. Yeah. So what should I have the rest of everyone bring? Do you think I should just have them bring different appetizers, their favorite appetizer?
Your favorite fall snack.
Favorite fall snack? We can do that. And then I can have them sign up for drinks and ice and stuff like that as well. Okay. So I'll post this sign up for you guys. Okay. I'm going to.
If we choose a cocktail as our recipe, would it be easier if we bring our cocktail set with us? We're not rewashing.
If you want to, yeah, I would say yes.
Because how's that going to work? I mean, are we going to make? You're not wanting us to make the recipe in like the quick stir pitcher. You're wanting us to make it in a cocktail thing, like individual cocktails, right? And then everyone can kind of taste it, like.
Right. I'll have little cups. I need to write myself these notes. I'll go buy little cups.
Okay.
It's just for people to taste them. No. What are you doing? Aaron sent me a good idea, and I wanted to share it with you guys and see what you think for our team meeting. Do you think this would be something good to do? If I can get this stuff to pull up. Okay.
I need to meet her. She lives here in Yukon.
Yes, you do. I've never told her that you could have had her. I'm so glad that you didn't. Huh?
Melody, did you see who recently joined her org?
No. Oh, great. Nope, I didn't. Who?
I want to say Christina Dodson.
I knew that was coming. She contacted me. Well, I'm guessing because she said her cousin is selling it and was going for a promotion of director last month, and she just fell off.
Gotcha.
And so she wanted to. So she asked me. She contacted me and asked me if she was still on our team, and I told her no. And she said, "Okay, I'm going to sign up on another team." Perfect. Great.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, great. I'm so excited. I'm going to go join this other team. Bye.
Yeah. I was like, really? All right.
Oh, well. Oh, well.
That's right. Okay. Okay. So here's what they're doing. So they're taking, can you guys see this screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So what they're doing is, they're breaking into different groups and they're talking about their why. And they are breaking them into 0 to 90 days. So consultants that are in their 0 to 90 days, people that are in their 4 months to 1 year, and then people that are in their 1 year plus. Okay. And what they're doing is they are coming up with, why and how to share the business opportunity based on where they're at in their own personal business, because you are going to talk with someone different, that may be a 1 year plus differently than someone that is just brand new, starting out. So what do you think about doing that with our team and talking about why they started Pampered Chef and how to turn that into, okay, here's your passion and here is why you started. Now, how can we take that and share the opportunity with others?
Hey, Christy, you recognize that stuff?
Is Christy eating still?
I don't know. We just
Trying
did
to hear.
that training with Kathy Cocazella, and Kathy Cocazella actually gave us the words she uses
For
to
each
write
of the
why.
breakdowns?
Not for the individual, different areas, but like what she says for her why. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she gave us the verbiage to use when creating your why statement for virtual and home. So that's kind of cool. It goes perfect with what we're doing this month in the business builders.
What do you guys think about that? Do you guys think that would be?
I think it's a good idea. I like it.
Okay, give me a thumbs up if you think we should do it. Deanna, is that your thumb?
That's a lot of fingers, Deanna.
I was moving my camera. Jeez.
Okay, Victoria, Angela, I can't see you guys right now. What do you guys think about it?
Where's my camera? Is this my camera?
See you, Christy.
I see your thumb,
Christy.
I don't know where my camera
Okay,
is.
so now here's the question.
Christy's like, this is easy. I'm doing this right now.
Who volunteer? Oh, there's a ghost. Victoria has a ghost behind her.
Yes, I'm currently at Psychopath, so we are gearing up to open tomorrow, every Friday and Saturday.
Oh, cool. There you go. If you guys like to be scared,
Yeah,
and
we're
you
crazy
can,
busy right now.
then you go to Psychopath.
Yeah.
So who would like to talk with people about their why in their 0 to 90 days? I'm going to need 6 volunteers. So who would feel comfortable talking with people that maybe are just starting out, figuring out their why, and helping them with how to reach out to people in their first 0 to 90 days?
I feel like that should maybe be something more.
I mean, I'm happy to do it. If no one else wants to go with that one, I'm happy to do that group.
I'm sorry, my thing cut out and I didn't hear about half of that, I don't think.
I'm
So
just
what
trying,
is
we need a couple people to volunteer for each of these groups to help break down, like, to find out these people's why and to find out how they can use that. Because here's what I have found, especially last month, guys, when we had that special, and this month's special is great too. This is the special that is right now was our #1 special before we did last month's $29 kit. Okay, so this month's special is really good. But what people do is they'll just message people and say, hey, there's a great special, what do you think about joining my team? Or they're not connecting with the people and sharing with them what this business has done for them and how it could help someone else. So I feel like a big part of what we need to share, especially with these new ones, is, how can you, take your why and share it with other people for them to understand, well, that sounds cool, or, that sounds like something I may be interested in, So
like send them scripts and stuff to send out? Is that what you're saying?
Well, and just even like what Kayla was saying, like, and maybe I'll just have, and I don't know, maybe it would be easier just to use, like, to take.
We can send you the doc, Melody. That
for instance, just to take Kathy Cocazella, here's her why, and here's how her wording, and maybe just break into groups and have them, write down their why, and how can they take that wording, when they're reaching out to people, how can they take their why and then turn around and reach out to people about, the business opportunity.
Melody, let me send it to you because it might be perfect for what we're wanting to do. There were a few pages that had, like, she was reading the script and then they were just filling the blanks. So like everyone that's at the team meeting, or even if they're watching live on Zoom, I mean, they could even have that copy of the papers, right? Am I able to do that? Give people anyways, if I'm able to give people those papers, they could fill in the blanks like we're talking about it. And then the last page is blank and they're writing down their why. And maybe that's what Erin has in this Evernote. I don't know, but.
She doesn't have an actual, like, it just says that they are breaking into groups. Like, she just has it written out where.
Gotcha. So it gives the example, and then she breaks it down into categories, like write this part of your why first, write this part of your why second, write this part of your why third. So, I mean, they could all have a copy of it that they get to go home with.
Who wants to help Kayla with the 0 to 90 writing their why. Honestly, this group in particular really needs to know their why and just be working on that in particular, figuring out, their why and how to share that. Anyone that wants to jump on that group?
I will.
Who is that?
I have no idea.
Jerusha.
Jerusha. Woohoo!
Sorry, I've been driving.
Oh, that's okay. So, Jerusha, what we'll do with that is Kayla will probably have you pulled up, and you can be there with her helping with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Thanks, girl.
Okay,
You're
so
welcome.
who would feel comfortable with the 4 months to 1 year? So they're out of their first bit. And this, sometimes can be a little bit harder because the reason that they signed up may not be the same reason. And this is a group that really sometimes needs to refine their why. Maybe they hit their business kind of hard in the beginning and now they're kind of at a different point. So they're kind of at that now what, a lot of them, stage. So this is really important to why and what PC has done for them and their family. Who would like to do 4 months to 1 year? Tony?
Deanna?
She's volunteering you, Deanna. Deanna, are you tired? You're not very spunky tonight.
No, it's past my bedtime.
I
I wake up at 4:30 every day.
Oh, gracious sakes. You do that workout stuff. That's right.
You do that workout stuff.
Workout stuff.
Okay, what about 1 year plus? And this is another important group that they may have completely forgot their why altogether, honestly.
Christy needs to jump in on one too.
Okay, I'm a little bit slow here. So exactly what are we doing? I mean, I'm looking at the paper, but like when are we doing this or whatever?
At the team meeting,
Sorry,
Sunday.
Okay.
So we'll talk about recruiting and we'll talk about your why, and then we'll break them into groups. And you're saying you want people to help those different groups come up with their why.
I want them to write down their why, first of all. I want to be sure everyone has it written down of why they started Pampered Chef. And then, and we may start out reading, like Kayla said, if she sends me Kathy's verbiage of why she started and how she turns that into how she shares the business with others, then we can work with them on, okay, what is your why and how can you share? Taking your passion and why you started Pampered Chef and turning it into now how do we share with others? Because I think sometimes people they do not put those two together at all. And they're just like, you should start Pampered Chef, you can just get, the kit and have all these, you know what I mean? But they don't really ever share with them what Pampered Chef has done for them. So some of these people, the 0 to 90 days, it's more of a why. That's why it just says why they started out. The 4 months to a year, it's why and what has Pampered Chef done for their family. So not only are they writing down why, maybe they're writing down why they stick with Pampered Chef and what it's done for their family. Same thing with 1 year plus. Now how can we take what Pampered Chef has done for their family and turn that into how can you share this business with others now, knowing what Pampered Chef has done for your family. So a lot of it is just finding that heart, because when you start honestly sharing from your heart what Pampered Chef has done for you, it is an absolute game changer. You don't care, like you'll just share it with people because it's not about, are they going to say yes or not? Or what if they, you're just sharing with them something that you're passionate about and it's blessed you, so I think a lot of people have trouble figuring out what that is and how to share it. So that's just kind of what we're breaking down because you can't necessarily talk to brand new people in the same way that you can talk to someone that's been in the business over a year. So
I think I didn't really understand what we were supposed to do with them here either. So what, like after you talk to them and they fill out the sheets, we're going to break into groups?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
We'll probably have them fill out their why, after I share Kathy's, and what it, how she turns it into opportunity, then I'll probably have them fill out their why, and then we'll break them into groups based on how long they've been with Pampered Chef and discuss, okay, now here's your why. Now, how can we work on sharing, turning that into a way to share the business with others?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So we're just helping. Like
Yes.
we're not going to be there speaking or anything. You're just you're like chilling with a couple of chicks, helping them ride down their why. Sharing some cocktails and costumes. Kicking it. Like
And
you
which
got, I
group
can look at the
do you
stress on your guys'
for?
faces. You're like it's cool. It's cool. Like they're just going to be like
I'm not going to go out to the groups afterwards and go, can you please rate each of these ladies and let me know how to do with you guys?
There's no prize or anything.
My biggest thing when they walk away is I want them to know their why. I want them to know what it can do if they're in their 0 to 90 days, or what it has done if they're longer, and just reinforcing, that it's a heart thing, and it is finding deep down why you start membership, and then how much easier it is just to share about the business when you know what it's personally done for you yourself.
I can help with the 1 year plus.
Is that Jenna?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which group do we still need help in, Melody?
The second and the third, the 4 month to 1 year, and then the 1 year plus. And I'll be in and out of every group helping too. So I'll be a bouncer. Just coming by and helping and all. My biggest thing, and we're not going to probably take a huge amount of time doing it, but my biggest thing is just helping them realize why they started membership, because that is huge. If they don't have a why, it is so hard to help them sometimes. So having to find their why, and just figuring out a different way to reach out to people about the business, because some people, even though we had a huge month of recruiting, some people struggle with that. So, okay. Does anyone else have any questions? So I'm going to post, where's my style? There it is. I'm going to post the sign-up sheet for the cocktails and appetizers, and then I'll post on the team meeting for the consultants and stuff, for their favorite fun fall. Or, what we did last year that was super fun? I remember this now. We did the costumes this month, and then we did the cutest Halloween treats. And they made like mummy wrapped hot dogs. You know what I mean? And then I did 2 prizes. I did a prize for the cutest costume, and I did a prize for the best treat. And it was kind of fun because some of them came up with really creative Halloween treats. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
We have some pretty cool ones out on our site.
There are.
They do. They really do. And I made
to make that candy corn fudge. That looks so good.
Maybe Tony, you can jump on and say, "Hey, I'll give $1 to someone that makes the candy corn fudge."
Is she frozen or is she just mad at you? I can't tell. I can't tell.
As soon as I said that, it was like,
you guys are frozen.
Seriously, Tony, as soon as I recommended that, your face goes.
You look so mad.
I was like, or not. We don't have to have the candy corn fudge.
You were like, I'm not giving up $1. That's where you.
No.
I was just kidding, Tony. You don't have to give $1. That's funny.
That's funny.
So, how do you
Speaking
guys?
of your face freezing, like when you do a video and
Yes.
like what Facebook chooses.
That's
You know,
why
like
you just
one eye
always gotta be
closed or whatever.
smiling.
That's how you feel.
There's a lady on Facebook I saw today. She showed how you can change that picture.
I just figured that out too. I can't get it to work on all of them, but just some of them.
Doesn't it sometimes say you have these 3 choices and you either pick this one or this one or this one? And I'm like, really? How about none of the above? I don't like any of those 3. Okay, how do you guys think the Booking Blitz is going? Do you have any tips, tricks, things that you want me to see me do tomorrow? Anything?
Is anyone
I have
the
something.
Booking Blitz as a leader?
What did you say? Oh, is anyone? This girl right here needs to get her rearing gear into it. Yes, if I didn't have children, golly.
I booked 3 today. Actually, 4. I haven't posted the 4th one. I just booked it, but I'm a little nervous about it. It's an in-home party, and I've never done an in-home party. I've been 100% virtual. So
Yay.
I'm a little nervous about this party. Renee assures me that she will coach me Sunday on the way.
I say Renee
there,
has
so.
helped. Renee has done. She will for sure. She has done cooking shows and she has helped lots of people. So
I did a couple of launch parties with a couple of my consultants, but they were terrible. And I don't want this one to go that way.
Angela, what are you doing that's working?
I'm just booking them from within my parties that I have.
Are you?
So I have something that I send to them. Actually, though I haven't sent them this week. All 4 of those parties came from. I've got 2 parties going this week, and they came from those parties. And I haven't even started my actual booking messages yet. Those are just people that messaged me about it. So what I do every time that somebody purchases something or books a party, I have this post that I make in there that tells exactly how close they are to the next level, how many bookings they have, that they get the host gets a gift if they, get their 3 bookings. And I post that every time that somebody buys something or books a party. And so, it's their friends. They want to help them get that gift. So I've already got, this in-home is going to be the 3rd one for one of the hosts, and I've already got one with the other one. But then on Friday evening or Saturday morning, one of those 2 times, and I've kind of found that timing is really critical. There's a message that Melissa sends, and I've probably adapted a little bit, but not very much. And she might have even got it from you. I think, Melody, maybe I showed it to you one time, and you had something like that. So, but I just send that message to everybody that's been active in the party, and I do that without fail, and my calendar stays full just from doing that. I don't have
Angela,
to go green dot and chase people.
When we're talking about virtual parties on Sunday, will you share that? And will you maybe even print off your wording and just talk about at what point you share this in your parties? Because if it really is working, and I know that you are one that has consistently booked calendars. So if you can bring that and share that, that would be great.
Okay. I will. I'm making myself a note here. Good night, Mama. I'm making myself a note here to print my wording and bring it.
Awesome.
All right. Yes.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Anyone else have anything? Dana's going to turn into a pumpkin soon, so.
Well, you saw my mama just went to bed and gave me a kiss on the side of the head. So. I got to go back over to the camper. I was over here at her house for a bit.
I was wondering because that didn't look like the camper. How long are you guys going to be in the camper?
Oh, girl, I don't know. I'll tell you that the house, he's building it completely by himself. So he's coming along great. He's working on the HVAC right now.
Wow.
And it's just, he's at some parts. He's been working on the HVAC for about 4 or 5 months, but his work sent him somewhere out of town. So we're lucky if he gets to work a few hours on the weekend, because he's a construction superintendent. So he has to work away from home a lot too.
Well, it'll be exciting when it's done then.
It will be.
For sure.
Most definitely.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for being on here. And let's own October. And be sure you're checking in with your new consultants, because that's the biggest thing, is helping them get their calendars. And remember, Quick Hooker, earning it. That's the goal for our new consultants this month. And so if your new consultants are zoning in on that and trying to earn that, then they should have 1250 months at least. So
that's points for us as well.
That is right. That is right. Once they qualify. Look at her face. Deanna, did your face freeze?
No.
She looks right.
No, but that's probably going to be the face that's going to be on the front of the video now whenever you post it, I'm sure.
That's funny.
I just say you guys are awesome. We've got a great group. Look at all these awesome chicks right here.
We really do. I am so excited about about the direction that our team is going, our leadership that we have right now. I mean, you guys are awesome, truly.
I know you've heard Melody say this a lot, and it was one of the things Carol Reduce said to me in the beginning, and I truly believe it's the reason I'm still here. And that's when I became a director. In my mind, that meant my business changed, and now I needed to focus more on being like a manager and, you know, just really spending all this time on my current recruits, which it's really important. But she said the most important thing you can do is still make your personal business your priority, you know, and continue to add new people. And she pointed out the fact that how many of us still, the people that have been around for a while, how many of them still have that original 5 that got them to a director?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they may stick around, they may not, but just continue to grow your business and focus, and don't give up on your personal business, because that's what keeps you around.
Still, the moments that I have struggled the most is when I have lost focus of my personal business.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been helping, you know, so many people that I lose focus of my own. And that is huge in this business. This right here is a sticky note on my desk. You guys see that?
Put your oxygen mask on first. That's your personal business.
That's your personal business.
That you have to do it on your own. You know, like you think all of a sudden I'm a director now, I have to do my own trainings and my own, you know, bookings challenge and my own recruitings challenge. And we are way stronger when we all work together like this. And, you know, I take a task and you take a task and we all help together. Don't think that now that you have a team, that means you have to do everything on your own, because it's not the case. You know, we are absolutely here to support you guys. So anything you need from any of us, please know that you can reach out to us anytime. And doing things together is so much easier for everyone in the long run. So yay, team.
Woo, woo. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go to bed. All right. See you guys.
Good night, Melody.
Bye. I'm excited. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.